Hare Krishna. Part 2 of chapter 17 of the Bhagavad Gita overview. And if you remember, this is about the divisions of faith. And we're going to begin, Krishna is analyzing according to the modes of nature that people are in, which is either goodness, passion, or ignorance, analyzing different activities that one performs. And the foundation of those activities is their belief or their faith or their conviction that this is the way to act, worship, and so on. And we begin with austerity. And Krishna first describes a threefold austerity. And these are very, very interesting. You're going to find this quite interesting, which is austerity of the speech, austerity of body, and austerity of the mind. Austerity means self-control, giving things up for the purpose of self-control. Austerity of the body, what is that? It consists of worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, or the teachers, the spiritual master, superiors like father and mother, and in cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and nonviolence. Very, very interesting. So austerity means showing respect to different grades of superiors, and then, addition to that, cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and nonviolence. So how clean? How clean are you? Because cleanliness is next to godliness. Cleanliness is next to the ability to advance spiritually. Simplicity, keeping life to the basics. Celibacy, depending on how one is living, either as a student, which means absolute celibacy, or as a family person for the purpose of bringing children in the world. These are the two types of celibacy Bhagavad Gita recommends. Then Krishna talks about austerity of the speech. Anudvega karam bhakyam satyam priya hitam chayat svadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchate. Austerity of speech, in other words, controlling our tongue. Speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, not agitating to others, and regularly reciting Vedic literature. Speaking the truth, that's an austerity. Have you taken a vow to only speak truth? Pleasing, speak pleasingly, a way that's very beneficial for others, and it doesn't disturb others, even when you have to speak the truth, but speak it in a pleasing way. And regularly recite the Vedas, regularly recite mantras. And the last one is austerity of the mind. Satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and purification of one's existence. Be satisfied with what you have. We've talked about that before. Keep life simple. Be grave. That means a person doesn't disclose their mind to anyone and everyone. Self-controlled. Control of the mind means control of the senses. And don't let your mind wander anywhere and do anything. Learn how to control your mind. And purify one's existence. That means living in a way where life is a purificatory activity, not one in which I'm becoming contaminated. Now Krishna says, Shadaya paraya taptam tapas tat trividam narai apalakang shibiri yukta satvikam parichakshate. Now these threefold austerities. So when they're performed in the mode of goodness, I'll read the translation, performed with transcendental faith by men not expecting material benefits, but engaged only for the sake of the Supreme, is called austerity in the mode of goodness. So whether austerities of the body, mind, speech, when these are performed for pleasing the Supreme, that is in the mode of goodness. And What is the mode of passion? Well, I'm performing these austerities for what purpose? That we know. Pride, gain respect, honor, and worship of others. That's in the mode of passion. And Krishna says, what's the result? Neither stable nor permanent. And mode of ignorance, people who perform these austerities out of foolishness or with a desire to injure others. That is austerity in the mode of ignorance. And then Krishna concludes this chapter by talking about charity, charity in the mode of goodness, charity in the mode of passion, and charity in the mode of ignorance. So he says, charity out of duty, without expectation of return, at the proper time and place to a worthy person, is considered to be charity in the mode of goodness. We all have to give charity. Charity is incumbent on everyone. We receive, we give. But it isn't just giving to anyone, anywhere, at any time. But Krishna says, first of all, no desire for return. I'm not doing this for some kind of recognition, that people recognize me as a charitable person. At the proper time, there's a proper time for performing charity. Usually there are auspicious days, auspicious time of the day, and a proper place. And these are done in a pure place, a suitable place, to worthy people. In other words, to people who are really in need, who are going to take advantage of that charity to better their life and to advance spiritually. But in the mode of passion, why do people perform charity? Because they want some return. I give you, but I want something in return. Or they want some fruit of result, they want recognition, or they do it in a grudging way. It's in the mode of passion. And mode of ignorance, charity performed at an impure place, at an impure time, to an unworthy person, and without proper attention and respect, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. In other words, you're doing everything wrong. And what will be the benefit of these kinds of passionate and ignorant charity? One actually does not progress spiritually. It will not be beneficial, neither for the person who receives, neither for the person who gives. So Krishna concludes the chapter by summarizing, and he says, Ashadhaya hutam datam tapas taptam kritam chayat asad it uchate parta nachatat pretya no iha. Anything done as sacrifice, charity, or penance without faith in the Supreme is impermanent, it's called asat, and it's useless, both in this life and in the next. So it's a very concise and very clear instruction that we're receiving here from Krishna. We may be doing so many things in this world, and there's a lot of things that haven't been mentioned, but Krishna has given us the rule of thumb. Everything is underlined by a certain type of faith. We perform activities due to a certain type of faith in the result that they will give. When these things are done in passion and ignorance, be it austerity or charity or yoga or education or marriage or anything, when these things are done both passionately and ignorant, then they give no result. They're impermanent, and in short, Krishna says, they are useless. If you want to advance spiritually, these things are useless. We have to learn how to act in goodness, and our faith has to be rooted in goodness. And faith that's rooted in goodness will give permanent results and will help us advance and progress towards the Supreme. And to have faith in goodness, we have to learn how to live in goodness. And that's why I referred to chapter 14. We're concluding with this chapter 17 and going to move on to chapter 18, which is a very long chapter, and so we'll have a few different sessions on that. Hare Krishna.